Hello and welcome back to another episode of our Legacy Challenge, and we are here with our family. In this episode, we are hoping to continue on with our family so that they can make some money for them to be able to progress in their story, but also we are going to be celebrating Haleigh because she is going to be aging up into an adult in this episode. So we are running out of time, as we know. We need to go ahead and make sure that we can do as much as we can in the short time that she's going to have left. Obviously, she has all of her adult time and her elder years to go ahead and make some money in order for them to get done in her time period what needs to be done, but we do need to grind. She's just currently going to go ahead and take care of Tessia here and send her down here to, I think, take a bath. But we're going to go ahead and make sure everyone's needs are taken care of. I'm just going to go ahead and get Mitchell here to repair this plumbing in the toilet because it seems to have busted up. And everyone's just going to work together here to hopefully go ahead and get this house in tip-top shape. As you can see, things are in disarray. There's laundry all over the place, and the house is a little bit out of control. It is Tuesday morning, so the children will have to go to daycare, so we will be sending everyone off to preschool. And Adriel will go ahead and head off to his day at school. I did get your votes in on who is going to be the heir, and it was tied as Adriel and Isaiah. And so I'm going to be flipping a coin to see who is going to go ahead and, well, not flipping a coin, but I rolled a wheel to see who was going to be the heir. And that has turned out to be Adriel. So Adriel is going to be our heir for the next generation, which is going to be fantastic. We will be seeing him as our next heir for Generation 2, so we will be moving forward with him as the heir. So that's going to be some exciting things to see as we will watch him progress and continue on for Generation 2 with Adriel. So we will continue on with his story continuing for Generation 2. So we'll watch him grow up and become the heir for that. But we will be continuing on for now with Haleigh, knowing that she is trying to make this legacy for Adriel. So she does, as we know, have to make as much money as she can and get those octagon statues. So we're just trying to make some money here. So I'm going to have her, do her paintings and go to work and make money at that and just try to get as much done as possible. I'm hoping that we will be able to get some good money with our gardening, but for whatever reason, lately we've been having a lot of trouble with our gardening, so I don't know if that is going to be viable, a viable source of income or not. And I've also been playing with the idea that maybe we should potentially consider the fact that Haleigh might want to quit her job and just stay home and paint. She does make more money painting right now than she makes at a shift of work. So, I mean, if she continues getting her painting skill up, then she's going to start making more money at painting than she's making at her current career. So if you look at it that way, it might make more sense for us to go ahead and get her out of her job. So let me know, you guys, in the comments what you think about that, if we should go ahead and take her out of her job and just get her painting full time and doing hobbies from home, and she can go like traveling, trying to find things at Sulani and things of that nature to try to make up money that way. And if you want, we can take her out of her career, because as it stands right now, currently when she goes to her shift, she only brings home about 130 simoleons, and when she paints a painting, I think she's making right now about 300 simoleons per painting. So she's getting exponentially more money per painting than she does at a full day's work of, going into a shift just from one painting. So that being said, as you can see, everything in the house is breaking. So I'm having Mitchell just do some repairs on that. And the kids are off to preschool. Adriel is about to head off to school. And then we will have, I believe, Mitchell to head off to work as well, because I do think he has to go into work today. I don't believe that Haleigh has work today. I think she's off for the day. So we will be having her go ahead and just tend to things around the house here. So we will continue on with her here at the house. She is just going out for a little bit of a run so that she can get a little bit of fun up. And then when she's done with that, I'm just going to have her dig that treasure site that she saw in the yard there. So we'll have her find out what's in that. So hopefully we can figure out what that is, and maybe she'll find some new collectible that we can sell, which will be fantastic. So Mitchell is currently fixing everything in the house so that everything will work and they can continue on with watching the laundry and things of that nature. So he's being a really big help around the house, which is fantastic because, as we know, he actually hates doing handiwork. But somebody needs to do these repairs, and Haleigh is kind of tending to her needs, so I have to have Mitchell do these things. So he's just being a helper here, which we love. So he's just going to clean up a little bit, but I do think that, he is going to be heading off to work. She's come back, and now she's going to go ahead and go and dig up that site, and we're going to find out what is in that, and hopefully it's something that we don't already have in our possession, and that'll give us something new on our inventory list on the spreadsheet of something new that we could have collected, and also it will bring us some extra funds in the house. Currently we have about 1,026 simoleons to our name, and we got a limestone. Okay, great. So that is something new. We don't have a limestone. We've never collected that. So that's perfect. And we'll be able to add that to the list of things that is new that we haven't collected before. And it looks like Adriel and Mitchell have both decided that they're going to go to sleep. I'm not sure why they're not going to school and work. But I'm going to go ahead and get Mitchell to come out and deal with some of this gardening because it does look like it needs to be weeded. And it needs to be sprayed for bugs, and it needs to be harvested. So we're going to go ahead and get him, and probably Haleigh. I'll have her come out and help. And as you can see, Wednesday is Haleigh's birthday. Today's Tuesday. So we will be celebrating her birthday tomorrow, which is fantastic. Okay, he's like, I don't really want to garden. This is the problem that I've been having. They just don't really want to do much of the gardening. And because of that, for whatever reason, our garden keeps dying. I don't know if there's a glitch since the patch, but for whatever reason, the garden is just not doing well. So because of that, I don't know that our garden is going to be very viable, or I should say lucrative. So he's just going to go ahead and get whatever harvesting he can get done. And then I am going to go ahead and let him go get a little bit of rest. As you can see, Haleigh's gone ahead and gone off to bed as well. She was clearly feeling tired after her run, and so she's going to go ahead and get herself a little bit of rest as well. So everyone's going to go and get themselves some sleep. It does look like it's getting a little bit later in the day here. I don't know why they're feeling so tired, but they must have not gotten good rest, and so they're feeling like they need a little bit of rest here. So we're just going to let them get a little bit of rest while Mitchell tends to the garden as much as he possibly can. I'm hoping that he will take care of everything. All of those apple trees over there, he can't weed. I don't understand why he can't weed them, but they're unweedable. And as you can see, Adriel is up. He's just going to grab himself a little bit of a bite to eat here because he's feeling a little bit hungry. So he's going to take care of his hunger need. I'm just going to go ahead and get Haleigh up and let her get herself a shower, and then I'm going to have her go ahead and tend to the laundry here and keep it going because we need to make sure that the house chores are tended to. So Mitchell's just going to come on in and get himself a little bit of rest. He is the only one that didn't get to get any rest, and he's feeling quite tired. So while the others are taking care of themselves, he's just going to get himself a little bit of shut-eye, and we're going to get Adriel here to just work on a little bit of his homework. I do want him making sure that his studies are up. Since he is going to be our heir for the next generation, I do want to make sure that his grades are good and that he's a good student and that he, does really, really well as far as school goes. I'm going to have him making friends at school so that he has some good relationships and things of that nature. So we will make sure we set him up for success for his future. So we will definitely be making sure all of those things are good. So he's just going to go ahead and work on his homework here, and we will make sure that if there's any extra credit homework, he gets that done as well. And after Haleigh goes ahead and she gets the laundry done, I'm just going to have her go ahead and start on a painting. That way we can go ahead and get some money making going on, because she hasn't worked on a painting yet today or in a little while. So we are going to have her go ahead and do a little bit of that so that there is a little bit of money getting made for the family. So she's just going to go ahead and head in here and get some of the laundry going. And I just want to apologize if I sound off today because I unfortunately have COVID and I am trying to record this while I am ill. So please bear with me through this video, guys. I am doing the best that I can, but we are just going to go ahead and we are going to have her go ahead and make this painting, and we are going to get her to make some money. I do think that she is starting to get the hang of painting. She's starting to really enjoy painting. Whenever she does paint, she gets either flirty or inspired, and she really is starting to enjoy it. So that's why I was thinking maybe we should go ahead and take her out of her career. When she works, she starts to get really tense, whereas when she's painting, she gets really inspired and she's happy. And she makes more money at painting in her house than she does at her career. So I just thought it was a good possibility that we should maybe consider taking her out of her career and just letting her paint from her house. At least when she's at home, she can paint whenever she wants, and she can make significantly more money doing that. And then if she gets tense or frustrated, she can go for a run, or she can do some wellness, or she can do whatever she feels like to get her fun up. And she's here, she can tend to the children, she can tend to, you know, cooking or doing laundry, and she's kind of here to tend to things a little bit better. She can go off to Saloni whenever she needs to, you know, dig for treasures and things like that. And I just think maybe it might be a little bit more conducive to us making a little bit more funds. But I don't want to just make that decision without you guys telling me what you think. And so let me know what you do think about that. And it looks like he thinks that it's really sweet that he's getting a hug here from little Julian. So we love that. That's super, super sweet. So she's just going to go ahead. She's come upstairs. She's using the washroom here. She is, as you can see, feeling really tired again. And everyone is starting to get a little bit hungry. I'm going to go ahead and get him to come in here and get himself something to eat. I've been trying to get him to come in here, Mitchell, and get himself something to eat for quite some time now, and he keeps ignoring that. I don't know why he's not wanting to eat something, but, like, eat yourself something because you are starving. So please eat something, and then maybe you should go ahead actually and make a meal. Since you refuse to eat the cake, just make a meal. So he's going to go ahead and make a meal, and then maybe he'll eat that because he's refusing to eat the cake that he pulled out. So maybe he'll make a meal and he'll eat a serving of the meal. And she's just going to go ahead and finish this painting that she's doing so that we can go ahead and get that sold. We have currently 1,440 simoleons to our name, which is fantastic, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to sell this painting that she just did. And that's going to give us how much? I don't know. It looks like it gave us 211, so that's not bad. Yes. All right, so he didn't make the fish and chips. Like, really, what is your deal, Mitchell? Cook the food before you starve to death. All right, he's going to go ahead and make this meal, I think. I'm going to get him cooking this supper. That way there is food in the house. He's just like, you know, I'm hungry and I want to eat, but I kind of don't really want to cook right now because, you know, I'm just really not in the mood. Well, I understand that you're not really in the mood to cook because, you know, kind of when you get so hungry, you want to cook, but you just don't want to cook. You just don't really feel up to it. That's kind of where he's at right now. But he's got to cook because, you know, he needs to eat something. And so I'm making him cook this. He's going to eat this food now. Or at least I hope he is. Bless you. He's coming down with a cold as well. So that's, you know, not conducive to anything. Hopefully he will eat this food. And he's like, no, I have to deal with the toddlers. I really wish you would not deal with the toddlers and you would just feed yourself. Look at his hunger in the red, and he's just, you know, constantly dealing with Tessia and not taking care of himself, which is not helping me at all because I'm worried he's going to starve to death. We've already lost one husband due to death because he starved. Can you maybe not be the second one? All right, eat that food so you don't starve to death. And if anyone else is hungry, they need to grab themselves a serving of this food as well, please. All right, so that means you, Adriel. Go ahead and eat yourself a plate. Oh my gosh, Mitchell, if you don't eat something, me and you are going to go rounds. All right, there we go. Finally. All right, so Mitchell's going to eat something. Hopefully Adriel's going to sit down and eat something as well because he's hungry. And currently Haleigh is just in there getting herself a little bit of shut-eye. But when she gets up from her nap, we'll go ahead and we'll get her to come and grab a serving of food as well. That way she can get something in her stomach because she's also feeling a little bit hungry. All of the toddlers are feeling pretty good. As we know, their needs go up to like full 100% once they're at daycare, but I am going to go ahead and kind of get all of the toddlers to go ahead and head off to bed because it is starting to get a little bit later in the evening. So everyone's going to go head themselves off to bed. I'm going to get Mitchell to switch the laundry around, and then he can go ahead and go to the washroom and then head himself off to bed. And then I will go ahead and get Adriel to head himself off to bed as well, since it is starting to get a little bit late. And everyone can just get themselves ready for bed for the evening. And as we know, tomorrow is going to be Haleigh's birthday. And so we will be going ahead and celebrating her birthday with her, which is going to be really exciting. I don't know if we will have a huge party, like celebration. She's probably just going to celebrate her birthday by herself because, as we know, the children go to preschool and Adriel will be at school and Mitchell will probably have to work. So she's probably just going to kind of do a little celebration by herself, kind of like Mitchell just celebrated by himself. But she will be celebrating her birthday and aging up, and so we will have her have a little bit of a cake. Oh great, Mitchell's decided he wants to be squeamish. Okay, well, we love that. We don't actually love that, but it is what it is, I suppose. Alright, these toddlers need to head themselves on up to bed, and everyone needs to go get some sleep. I'm going to get Haleigh to come in here and grab herself a plate here so that she can get something to eat. And Adriel, you need to go take care of yourself as well, son. It looks like everyone's kind of getting a little bit of a cold. It's just going around, you know, tis the season. So today is survival of the fittest. They were supposed to fast. Unfortunately, it didn't work for the adults, it should have worked for the adults. It only was good for the toddlers, and the toddlers can't really fast. As you could see, it was like not showing up as them being able to celebrate that holiday. It was supposed to have been for the adults, and it didn't give the adults the option to fast or exercise, and so that was unfortunate that the calendar event didn't happen for the older ones. It only was good for the youngest ones, but it didn't give them the options of actually participating in the event. So that is another calendar glitch we have going on there, so that's really unfortunate. But everyone's going to go ahead and head off to bed, and I will see you in the morning. Alright, so we are up. It is the next morning, and Haleigh has decided that she's going to go ahead and she is going to come out here and release Daniel's spirit. So we are going to release him to the netherworld. She figures that he's been around long enough, and she's going to go ahead and let him be in peace now. So she's releasing his spirit to the netherworld. She's like, I think that he's been around long enough. I've held on to him long enough. I think it's time that I let him be in peace. So she's going to go ahead and release his spirit. As you can see, in the middle of the night, we've lost some plants. So she's going to go ahead and come over here and dispose of these dead plants. But this is the problem that we're having with our garden is, for whatever reason, we are every night losing plants. And I'm not sure what the problem is with the garden, but it's happening every single night. So it doesn't matter if they weed or water or like... they're just dying, and we're losing significant numbers of plants every single evening. Every morning we wake up and there's plants that are dead. So for whatever reason, yeah, it's just very unfortunate. I don't know what to do about that. All I do know is that we are struggling in our plants department. And so because of that, we're just not having a lucrative garden. So I'm going to have her come out and do a little bit of harvesting. Hopefully she will harvest. And then I'm going to have her come and paint another painting. She is off from work again today, I do believe, and it is her birthday. So we will be getting her to obviously make herself a little bit of a cake today. The children do have preschool, as we know. So we will go ahead and let them grab themselves a serving of food here. They're all coming down because they're awake and getting hungry. So she's going to just run on in and start that painting. She didn't harvest anything. Okay, great. All right, so everyone's going to grab themselves something to eat, and then I'll just have Mitchell come and harvest everything. She's going to start this painting. The children are eating, which is fantastic. And everyone's just kind of tending to what they need to do here and trying to get themselves ready for their day, because as we know, everyone's like, we've got to get ourselves breakfast and get fed before we have to head off to work and school. And she's like, yeah, that's fine. You do what you've got to do. And Mitchell's thinking, I really need to get out there and get to that gardening before I have to head off to work. And she's like, yeah, if you could do that before you head out, that'd be great. And he's like, I don't really know if I have, a whole lot of time, but I'll try to get out there and do that. And she's like, okay, honey, that's wonderful. So he is going to get outside. He is going to try to get to the gardening before he has to head off to work. And she is appreciative that he's going to do that because, as we know, he's the one that likes the gardening. She will do it if she has to, but she doesn't like to do it. Like, she doesn't necessarily like to get her hands dirty. And we're going to go ahead and send the children off to preschool. We're going to go ahead and let Adriel help with the laundry here, which is fantastic. And he's then going to head off to school as well. And Mitchell has come on inside. It doesn't look like he did the gardening. Well, great. All right, so Mitchell's got to go to work in an hour's time. He's just seeing the children off. Look at him watch them head off. We love that. All right, why don't you go ahead and get yourself a bath, Mitchell? At the very least, you are stinky and you do have work in an hour. So he didn't do the gardening. He walked out there and then he was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this. All right, so I guess Haleigh will have to deal with the gardening in a little while because Mitchell didn't do it. Adriel, you were supposed to go to school, son. He was like, it's not quite time for me to go to school just yet, but I will be going to school soon. I'm fairly certain it is time for you to go to school. Your dad's already at work. That means you should already be at school. Go to school, boy. All right, so we're going to send Adriel off to school because he's running behind, and so he's off to school now. She's just going to finish this painting, and then we're going to let her finish up the laundry here, and then we will sell the painting that she's completed. I am just going to go ahead and breed some frogs here, and we need to, it looks like, practice her violin and the piano. So we'll get her practicing, and hopefully we can get up her skill level a little bit. But also, again, it's her birthday, so I do need to get her making herself a birthday cake because she needs to go ahead and celebrate her birthday. So she has a lot of things that she needs to do. As you can see, it is her birthday on the calendar, so I'm going to have her come in here and make herself a birthday cake. So let's go ahead and make her this cherry cake. And Nathan's calling. It's good to hear your voice. I wanted to ask if I should get to know Christopher. Yeah, I think you should go for it. All right. So let's go ahead, and after she's done, Adriel is sitting in class in assembly when the music teacher asks for a volunteer. Yeah, we should take the chance. All right. Unfortunately, he took a performance loss small with that one. That's not necessarily a good thing. All right, so we are just going to let her continue practicing, and once she's done practicing here with her violin, she is going to go ahead, like I said, and she's going to sell these paintings and continue on with some of these chores here, and then we'll get her baking this cake. She is really trying to get her progress up with her work skills. You know, she knows that she wants to get a promotion if she's going to go ahead and keep this job. She isn't quite sure if she wants to keep her job. She has not decided yet what she really wants to do. She does know that when she goes to work, she is quite tense, and so she's not really quite sure what she wants to do yet. But she does know that if she does keep her job, she is going to need to progress in her piano skill. She is going to need to progress in her violin skill so that she can get promotions. And so she is going to need to make sure those, skills get perfected and she can gain in that. We found an unsent love letter from Adriel to his teacher. Okay, that's cute but inappropriate. We'll talk. Okay, so we are just going to go ahead and let the teacher handle that, and we'll talk to him when he gets home about that. We're just going to continue on with our cake making here, and we will let her go ahead once that's done and put some candles on this. Hopefully we can continue on with that. And we are going to go ahead and progress with our cake making. It is almost done here, and then we'll be able to put some candles on this cake so that we can celebrate our birthday, which will be fantastic. As we know, we do need to go ahead and we need to age her up to a adult because it is her birthday, and that is super exciting. I mean, we are kind of running out of time in this challenge in the sense that we still have a lot of money that we need to make. We still have a lot of things for this challenge that we need to meet in the sense of things to buy that we have to get, like those statues. But aside from that, you know, things are going pretty well, I think. And so she's doing pretty well. She's put the candles on. We are going to go ahead and have her age up here. So I'm just going to have her go ahead and blow out her candles and age up to an adult. And then I'm going to have her go ahead and continue practicing her violin so that she can hopefully get that skill up a little bit. And that is fantastic. She is now an adult, so we love that for her. And she's just going to go ahead and get her skill up here. It does say that she has a lifestyle at risk. She's at risk of losing her outdoorsy lifestyle. I'm not exactly sure how that's possible because she's constantly outside helping with the gardening. She's constantly outside doing her jogging and things like that. But for whatever reason, she's feeling like her lifestyle of being outdoors is at risk. And so we're probably going to have to at some point get her outside so that she feels like her lifestyle isn't at risk. So we will have to get her outdoors in a little bit so that she feels, you know, like she's doing something productive outside. That being said, I am seeing that some of the children are coming home from preschool now, so that's fantastic. She is just going ahead and fixing a meal here. That way they will have something to eat when they get here and they get on home, and there's some food here for everyone to eat, which is going to be fantastic. And then I'll have her go ahead and go to the washroom so that she can take care of her bladder needs, because she's starting to feel a little bit like she needs to go to the washroom. And she's also feeling a little bit hungry, so she'll go ahead and grab herself a serving of this food once she's made that, so that's perfect. So it does look like Isaiah is the one that's home from preschool here. He's the only one right now. Oh no, it looks like some more are coming home. All right, that's great. So Julian is also home, and Adriel's home from school, and he's brought over a classmate. So she's gone ahead and grabbed herself a serving of this food here, which is fantastic, and then she's going to go ahead and go on to the washroom. It does look like I said that Adriel has invited over a classmate, and then when he comes on in the house, he's going to go ahead and do his homework. So I do love that Adriel has gone ahead and he's made some friends. He's invited some people over, which is fantastic because, as we know, we do want him to go ahead and broaden his life and his horizons and get to know people and make friends. Because as we know, he is going to be the person in the next generation that we're going to be following. And so we do want him having a broad, you know, friend spectrum and things of that nature, because we want him to have friends and people in his life that he's going to be able to have as potentials for relationships, because we'll need some people in his life that he can have as love interest and things of that nature. So it's going to be great to see him and follow his life and things of that nature. It's going to be fantastic to see. So as you can see, she's just come upstairs to use the washroom, and now we are just going to go ahead and go and let her deal with the little ones. We love that for her. She's just going to go check on the little toddlers here. And Adriel is just downstairs doing his homework, but she's just going to go make sure everyone's okay. They've all come home from preschool, and she's going to go and she's going to check on Julian here, and she's just going to say to him, like, "You need a bath, sir. You are stinky." And he's going to be like, "Yeah, I know." It looks like, though, she's also come out to check on the plants. "Why are you not, though, giving Julian a bath? I told you to give him a bath." And she's like, "Because the plants needed to be dealt with first." Did they, though? Because honestly, he really does need a bath desperately. I mean, I'm not complaining. She has work in an hour. Okay, so by the time she finishes this harvesting, she's going to have to go to work, and she's not going to give that child a bath. I guess I'm going to have to get Mitchell to give him a bath. Adriel has completed his homework, which is fantastic, and so I'm going to, I guess, go ahead and get Mitchell to give Julian a bath, because it doesn't look like Haley's going to have the time to. She's going to end up having to go to work, and so great. So she is just going to go ahead and head off to work now. As you can see, as she is spraying for bugs, all of the plants just died. The whole row of plants just died. We just lost half of our garden. I'm not exactly sure why our plants are dying or what just happened, but this entire row of plants just died, and now we have to throw them out. So I think our garden is, safe to say, ruined. it is definitely not viable. It's definitely not a lucrative thing for us. So I'm pretty sure that we're just going to have to do away with the garden and the garden is not working out. I'm just going to have to say the garden is a no-go, and we're going to have to hope she can make good money painting. I can continue to plant other things and hope that they grow, but it's not looking good for us where the planting is concerned. For whatever reason, planting here is not going well. It just isn't, and this is what keeps happening. If anyone knows why this is happening and you are having the same problem in your game, or you know why this could be happening and you know how I can fix it, please let me know in the comments, because I can't figure it out to save my life. But, yeah, there's that. So we are just going to go ahead and dispose of all of these plants. Adriel and Mitchell are just throwing away all of these dead plants, and then we are going to go ahead and get Mitchell to take care of the toddlers and himself, because he is desperate to go to bed. He has had a long day because he went to work and then he came home, and now he's like, I'm shattered and I just need some sleep. Now he's got 4 toddlers to take care of, and so he's like, how am I supposed to, take care of myself if I've got all these kids to take care of? Well, Mitchell, welcome to being a parent. This is what you wanted and this is what you got. So he's just going to have to take care of these kids, but he is so hungry and he's so tired. Okay, go get yourself something to eat, Mitchell, and then maybe you can obviously get yourself a little bit of a bed. I do think that, honestly, I think the toddlers are actually okay. They just really just need some socialization, and honestly, they just need to go to bed. They could probably socialize with one another, and some of them really need a bath, but, it is what it is. Haleigh's back home. She's decided to come in and start painting. We love that for her. I love that she's come in and instantly started painting, so hopefully she'll be able to make a little bit of money doing that. So we're going to get her to do a painting really quickly, and she's got great energy here, great needs, so we love that. So we'll have her finish up a painting really quickly, and so she's made some money at work. She made a painting earlier today. She's going to make another painting, and then once she's done with that, we'll go ahead and we'll get her into bed. So yeah, she'll make us a decent amount of money today. We're up to 3,013 simoleons. So the family's making pretty decent money right now. I'm not planning to spend any of that. I would like our next purchase to go ahead and be another one of those statues. So I am saving up the money until we can buy another one of those statues, because I would like for the statue to be our next purchase, because we do have to purchase several of those. I think we had to do 4 or 5 statues. So I would like for us to have enough money for that. So she's going to go out for a little bit of a jog here. And then when she comes back from her jog, she's going to go ahead and she's going to sell this painting. Everyone else is currently in bed, and then she will go to bed herself because she will be tired when she gets back from her run. So she's just getting herself a little bit of an exercise in. We love that for her. And it says right now that it's almost the quad's birthday. So our toddlers will be aging up soon. I think their birthday's in 2 days' time as well. So we'll be seeing our toddlers be aging up soon, which is going to be super exciting. We'll be seeing that in our next episode. But that being said, I think I am going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I will see you guys in our next episode of our Legacy Challenge, where we will be continuing on with our family and seeing our toddlers age up. And until next time, I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.